he's never hit before. He's driven home runs from third base that he never did before. With the bases loaded, he's hit his first 2 grand slams, and it's just been a magical year for Sammy Sosa, and the fans here appreciate every bit of it.
Wickman's given up only 4 home runs in 77 2/3 innings. He's converted 15 straight save opportunities. It's a 3-run Milwaukee game, 13-10. Sammy ready. The pitch is a ball, 1-0.
Wickman's done a good job of keeping the ball in the ballpark. Just 4 home runs in those 77 2/3 innings. But again, the wind blowing straight out.
Big cut. 1-1. Glenn Allen Hill waiting on deck. He's got a 2-hit day working.
Wickman's best pitch is the good hard slider. And that should get a workout with Sammy in this situation.
1 ball, 1 strike. It's Wickman against Sosa. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
And that was a perfect spot for the fastball. He couldn't have laid it in the glove any better than that. 1 for 2 against Wickman with a strikeout. And there's Scrap Iron giving us signs as Nielsen looked over. You wouldn't think a pitch out would be forthcoming.
Well, Grace has stolen 4 bases.
Ever dangerous.
The fans chanting Sammy's name here.
That's a fastball away.
1-2. Whoa! Wickman thought he had him struck out. 2-2.
Well, he's gone with 2 fastballs in a row. I would think that the slider would be forthcoming.
Grace a very short lead at first.
Look outside, Sammy, and go get it.
2-2. He did. He hits it down the right field line. It's twisting, foul, and unplayable for Burnitz.
Well, there's a difference in Sammy Sosa. Probably last year, the year before, that pitch strikes him out. Sammy would be pulling off the ball, trying to hit it out of the ballpark to left or left center. And if you pull off it, you miss that pitch. But he was able to stay alive and get at least 1 more pitch.
So 2 fastballs, now the slider. What do you come with here?
I throw him 1 more slider. Then we'll see what Dave Nielsen wants.
2-2. 2 out. 13-10. The pitch. Low, ball 3. The fans down the first base line can barely see the action. Grace will be off and running. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wickman sets. Here it is. Bouncing ball hit to the left side. Valentine gloves it, grabs it, guns him out at first. And the inning is over. The Cubs get a run on a hit and an error. They creep ever closer. It's now 13-10 Milwaukee after 8.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, offering low fares and frequent flights. Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs.
Morning news.
Manny Alexander now playing shortstop for the Cubs. Mickey Morandini into the game to play second. And on the mound is Matt Karchner. He's the 7th Cub pitcher on the day.
Karchner at 5-4, ERA 5.31, on for the 54th time. And a scoreless inning would be essential here. Mulholland was brilliant in 2 1/3 innings. They were perfect with 3 strikeouts.
A line drive hitting to left center field for a base hit. So Vigna's got a 3-hit day, and he's a big-time threat to steal.
Vigna's had his problems, though. Yes, he has good speed, but he's also been picked off a lot. He's been caught stealing 16 times, and that ratio is not real good. this also becomes a great hit and run situation for Phil Garner, who knows the importance of getting another run or two. And Rod Beck, all that's left in that pen.
Gaetti will double clutch and throw on to first as Loretta moves the runner over to second base. So an insurance run for Milwaukee standing at second, one man out, and Dave Nilsson, the hitter. He's got a couple of hits, a couple of RBIs, a couple of runs scored, and wouldn't you say the Brewers would like nothing better than to make the Cubs playoff hopes much more difficult. They'd love to play the spoiler role. Well, that's all Milwaukee has to play for.
3 hours and 24 minutes. 3 different times. That's the longest 9-inning game the Cubs have been involved in. And this one will be knocking at the door.
And a strike to Nilsson. Every Milwaukee regular who started this game has a hit. Manny Alexander, the only Cub regular without a hit today. It has been an offensive ball game. 15 Milwaukee hits, 13 by the Cubs, and on a windy day just 4 home runs. Oh, and 2 to Nilsson. 13-10. Milwaukee has the lead. They bat in the top of the 9th. Sammy Sosa has homered. He hit number 59. 1-2. Mike Morgan against Rafael Roque tomorrow afternoon. We'll be on the air at 3 o'clock. Steve Stone, Wayne Larrivee will have the action for you. Then Sunday, the series finale with Steve Traxel against Brad Woodall. 1-2. Fouled back off to the left side and over toward our friends from the Dominican Republic, who failed to make the catch. But a great effort. They did not chicken out like I did earlier.
Well, they're having a wonderful time here. For the first time, they're broadcasting live back to the Dominican, and they were able to call Sammy Sosa's 59th home run. And there wasn't much drama to it. It went so far that you knew it was gone when it left the bat.
The other big story in baseball today, the Los Angeles Dodgers have a new general manager. Kevin Malone, who was the assistant with the Baltimore Orioles, takes over. Downstairs 2-2. And the next question that LA will have is who will be the new manager. Rumor has it Davey Johnson may be the man called upon to succeed Glenn Hoffman, who will take a front office position with the Los Angeles organization. At least that's the scuttlebutt. The 2-2. A bouncing ball hit towards short. Manny charges, fields, flips, close play, but in time. 2 down. Runner to third now for Jeff Cirillo. Looking ahead to the Cubs' bottom of the 9th. Hill, Gaetti, and Manny Alexander are scheduled. You might see a pinch hitter or 2 in there, however, as you've got Wickman, the right-hander. The Cubs with
Sandy
Merced.
Martinez, Orlando Merced, and maybe in a pinch, and I'm not sure how he's feeling, but I know Henry can't run very well. He probably could to swing the bat. He told me before the game that it is tender. They've also got Pedro Valdez. So they've got enough left-handed bats to make it difficult if they can just get something going.
It's a 3-run game. Bouncing ball to third. Gaetti backhands. Good strong throw across. And Karchner gives up the leadoff single and nothing else. On we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Cubs need 3 to tie. It's 13-10.
It pays to discover. To apply, call 1-800-IT-PAYS-2. Accepted where you see the Novus sign.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs need 3 to tie. A loss today by the Cubs drops us a half game behind the Mets. New York playing in Montreal a bit later this evening.
And the Cubs will have to buck a trend that they'd just as soon not, and that is when trailing after 8 innings, they're 2-53 this year.
So it's Glenn Allen Hill, who's 2 for 4 on the day. He'll face Wickman for the first time here. And he looks at a ball.
Wickman has a pretty good sinker and a slider to go with it. It was that sinker that retired Sammy Sosa to end last inning.
Upstairs, Gary Gaetti, the man on deck, has hit Wickman at a 400 clip, 4 for 10. And this year is 2 out of 3 against him. But we need 3 to tie, 4 to win it. And there's a good strike, 2-1. Wickman happy to come over from the Yankees, you'll remember. He's, I think, from Green Bay. 2 balls and a strike. Low 3-1. Leadoff walk would be nice as well. Glenn Allen can be rather selective. Fouled back, 3-2. We'll have the White Sox and the Indians right after our ball game ends here at Wrigley Field. The 3-2. He walked him. Leadoff walk in the bottom of the 9th inning. And here's our Budweiser play of the game thus far on the day. It's Sammy Sosa back in the 5th inning. Hit a rocket for his 59th home run of the year. He trails Mark McGwire by 3. Sosa's driven home 2 with a 2-4-5 afternoon so far. But a ways to go yet as Gaetti, the Cub hitter.
And you get the feeling the Cubs have one more rally left in them. It's been a very offensive day for both clubs.
What you don't want is a ground ball at somebody here.
Got Merced in the on-deck circle. He's going to come on to pinch hit.
Yeah, then you'd have Merced, Houston, and Morandini. 3 straight left-hand hitters, and then Lance Johnson atop the order if it's turned over. 1-0. Tried to get out of the way and couldn't. 1-1. Gary Gaetti today hit a 2-run homer back in the 5th. He's hit 5 of them since joining the Cubs. The 1-1. Little number to the right side. Nobody covering first. And it's going to cost Milwaukee. How about that?
Well, it's not surprising. We've seen a whole lot of that. And I can't believe you don't go to the bag. But Loretta twice has strayed off the bag. If he stays on the bag, Vina is going to make this play. When you stray that far, you'd expect that someone would get there, but Wickman nowhere near, and the Cubs get a tremendous break. First and second, nobody out. And you keep thinking the Cubs have just one more rally left in them.
Here's Orlando Merced now. He represents the potential tying run. Orlando 1 for 3 with an RBI. That came as a pinch hitter as well for the Cubs. First and second, nobody out in the 9th. Merced lifetime 0 for 1 against Wickman. The pitch. It's high. Ball 1. One and 0. On the outside corner, the umpires in the crowd thought that was outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The stretch and pitch. Bouncing ball to the shortstop. Might be 2. There's 1. There's 2. Runner to third, now 2 outs, and Tyler Houston, the Cubs' final hope.
A tailor-made 2, and unfortunately it was hit right at Valentin, and then it became easy. Valentin to Vina to Loretta. So now Tyler Houston, the last Cub hope, and if he can keep it alive, Mickey Morandini in the on-deck circle.
Well, Milwaukee has turned more double plays than any team in the National League. 176 coming into today's play. That one really hurt. Runner at third, 2 outs now for Tyler. A big cut, swing and a miss. Morandini waiting on deck. No balls and a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Wickman had all kinds of trouble, but a double play ball might have him out of the jam right here. The 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Just missed. Cubs need base runners. They need some 2-out miracles here. Then they need somebody to blast one. The 1-2. Off his thumbs.
Pitchers of record: Plunk for the Brewers and Wengert for the Cubs.
Plunk could win it. Wengert could fall to 1-4. Wickman trying for his 23rd save. Plunk could earn his first National League win today. The 1-2. High and tight, 2-2. Approaching 6 o'clock in Chicago. The Cubs hoping it won't be midnight. They don't want the ball game to end here. The 2-2. Line foul off to the left side and out of play. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Old foul. Again, we'll have the White Sox and the Indians for you as soon as our game is over. And the cameraman down on the right side just got hit below the equator.
Yes, one of our cameramen is feeling the effects of that one. And that hurt a little bit. Ray Moffitt took the brunt of that one. He's shaking his hand. Looked south of the equator, however.
The 2-2. Inside, 3-2. Pretty good at bat by Tyler Houston. He'd love to coax the walk or hit safely to give Morandini a chance to make it an interesting 9th inning affair here. The Cubs have won just twice all year when trailing after 8. Maybe today will be the 3rd time. Three balls, 2 strikes. Hill at third, the pitch. Swing, and again a pop fly out of play. It'll be Abbott against Nagy in a few minutes when the White Sox battle the Indians from Jacobs Field. But again, Houston keeps on hanging in here. After today, just 14 games left. We've got 4 more with Milwaukee. The 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball through, right side, base hit. Glenn Allen Hill scores.
Pretty good at bat right there by Tyler Houston, who absolutely refused to go down. And he drives home a run, putting the Cubs just 2 back, and the tying run in the person of Mickey Morandini stepping in.
Lifetime, he's 1 for 3 against Wickman. So Houston at first. 2 outs, 1 in. A 13-11 game. First pitch swinging. It's cut on and fouled out of play. I was talking to Mickey last night. An E on the broadcaster in the game last night. That pop fly that was hit right to him. I thought the ball game was over. I said the Cubs win. It hit his glove and dropped straight to the ground. I asked him, what are you doing out there? He said, I catch every pop fly with 2 hands. I said, the heck with it. I'll go with 1, and look what it did to me. So that might have been his most embarrassing moment in all of baseball. But fortunately, it didn't cost the Cubs the game. And he's had a great year with the glove. But I bet he'll be catching him with 2 hands from now on. 1-1. Bouncing ball to the right side. Vigna has it, stumbles from his knees, throws out Mickey. And the Milwaukee Brewers survive a windy day at Wrigley Field, winning the ball game by a score of 13-11. The Cubs fall a half game behind the Mets in the wild card. They play Montreal tonight. Your final line score: the Brewers 13 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors. The Cubs 11-15-1. Plunk gets his first National League win. Don Wengert falls to 1-4. Wickman is 23rd save, and the big story: Sammy Sosa, homer number 59. For Steve Stone, Arnie Harris, and our entire crew, this is Chip Carey. Thanks for joining us. Let's send you now out to Jacobs Field in Cleveland, where the White Sox and Indians are set to battle. Here's Tom Paciorek and the Hawk, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Chip, thank you very much. And they are meeting at home plate, exchanging a lineup.